you took like a few hours or so, and that's how much you
Yeah.
pay. I don't do that. Ah, yes. How many individual candles do you want for a house? Oh my fucking god.
Yeah.
That just sounds infuriating. And I think for the live
I
event,
I
And when
oh
traveling,
nice.
we needed to know how many bags of grain and
oh
porridge, and if
oh
we had fresh fruit or salted meat or something like that.
that is the not fun micromanagement. That is the you write it all down and forget 2 sessions
Yeah.
later. That is
Yeah,
that is
it was simplified as like how many days of fine food, common food, and bad food. Like, and
that
then just gave us, okay, they have this many bags. Blah 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 blah.
yeah.
Nah, fuck that.
I do a very basic. Hey, what quality for how
Yeah,
many days? And there's your check. You wanna you
yeah,
wanna you wanna get a lower persuasion check.
yeah. And that campaign is like a shorter one, like, and it's super like adventure focused with like the difficult adventure life, like basically in the center focus. So I think it's fine. But
Okay. So yeah, let's go. Session 24. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oof.
24.
24, 24. Also, I'm curious actually, is my because now I'm panicking, is my actual mic working on stream? Because I need to know, but I can't just wait, I can't actually just wait, give me a second. I can't actually just wait, give me a second. Hey, it is working. Let's go.
24.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
I remember my German for 24. Haha,
So
24.
got it. Okay. So without
Just
So without further ado, because we already talked a bit, I got a simple question that I ask every single fucking week. You ready? You prepared?
Oh, ready for
am
this?
prepared.
Okay.
I
So
have the speed and boots on.
do. So last we left off, you were given a task to traverse the Feywild, or I guess the subsection of it, the Brooks, part of the Beastlands, to go to the Sealy Court and I guess provide, I guess, a motion to the court about a potential traitor amongst them that probably is doing some wacky fucking shit in the material plane and is most likely the cause of quite a bit of troubles around Trugmar. You ventured forth using Hodart as the mount, met with the giant green dragon. A dialogue ensued, nothing happened. Traversed towards the crumbled peaks, a zone of rogue earth elementals that are basically mindlessly waging war with themselves. You made camp, acquired the local fauna for food, and Ira, at the, I guess, the peak hours or the early hours of the day, you encountered this giant stone rock with these glaring yellow orange eyes that did not do anything to you. Spoke in riddles, very vague answers, and essentially followed and pursued you, and did nothing wrong to you as you came towards the high Azure Peaks, where Hodart, you got ensnared for a bit by some some hunters, some bounty hunters who were trying to find a specific quarry from from Shadowfell. But seeing that you are not the quarry that they were looking, they apologized and let you go without any incident. And then you came to this conclusion that you could visit Azure Peak, the main hub, you would say, the biggest town, almost a city in the Beastlands that are mainly inhabited by mortals. took additional few hours to divert from just direct course to the Sealy Court, and you start to see the massive Azure Peak, which is the center of the city, and it's a very nice landmark. But before you actually reach the city, maybe 20 minutes away from it, you all, or I think Ira and Hodart spotted a dying giant Goliath hybrid with a massive wound through the chest, very well dressed, this bluish skinned individual. Ira, of course, healed the individual. Without saying anything, the giant kind of collapsed and passed out from all the blood loss that he sustained. So, last we left off, you're in the middle of the road. You know where the Azure Peak is, and however, you have a decent enough idea where to go to reach the Sealy Core from here. You have the unconscious giant on the floor, and you're kind of just looking around. I would like everybody to roll me a perception check to begin with.
Perception.
Yes.
Oof, I have the eyes for days.
Go.
And I lost mine.
Hodart, do you wanna?
Give me a sec.
Ira, I'm going to kill you.
Wait. Oh, okay. So, as of course Ira is kind of witnessing the giant going unconscious, you kind of look around, just see if anyone is in the surrounding vicinity. For Griselda, you just see that there's no tracks or any broken branches or anything that would indicate someone running out or into the woods, because from the cessation attempt, or the only footprints that you actually see are these heavy prints of the giant that were basically coming from Azure Peaks towards, I guess, where you were coming to, and it kind of just stopped. For Hodart, though, Hodart, my good sir, you have this eerie sensation that everything is a bit too quiet. There's not a single bird, not a single animal. And you kind of just look around in the branches, and there's something to your right, just to the right side of the road. Something is off. And as you start to look in this like vague place, maybe 2-3 trees behind the road, and about 15-20 feet above, all of a sudden one part of the branches all of a sudden starts to shake violently, and you see a satyr that is in this azure coloration as well, just kind of sitting on a branch. His look is observing you and observing the rest of you, and he looks petrified or scared, not even realizing that whatever spell he was under had dissipated. Griselda, a few seconds after just seeing Hodart, you start to see that where he's looking at a satyr on the branch.
Going to wave. So I wave at him.
Oh my god, why is your mic quality so bad?
Is it?
Yeah, it sounds like it's like wind is blowing into it.
Very true.
Yeah.
So, he immediately like flinches as you raise your hand, but he you think he's still under assumption that he is cloaked, so he just kind of stares at the hand as you wave, but he just kind of observes it and says nothing. Looking closer as you see the satyr, you realize that it's a male, relatively young, seeing how the horns are just kind of just jutting out. Doesn't seem to have anything on him besides a few pouches, a quiver with no arrows, and what seems to be a relatively well-made short bow just kind of over his shoulder.
When Ira examined this giant, did she find out what kind of wounds he had?
Oh, yeah. So. Oh, yeah. Didn't you roll a medical check for that?
I did.
Was it not a 31 or something?
I believe it was pretty high, yeah.
Yeah, it was very high. So, as for the wounds, as you're like examining the wounds, you realize that there's just a singular, very precise strike from the bottom left of the giant's chest to the top right. A single strike that is maybe a few inches deep, and by all means and extents, it shouldn't be lethal. Looking at what you're hitting, but with the high enough thing, you can see that the blood is all in the same coloration, no indication of clothing or some sort of vile interaction with poison or anything. But looking closer to the wounds, you see that they are almost cauterized, and as you like kind of investigate them closer, you see that the wounds, the very edges of it, where one start to see blood leaking, it's almost like littered in ash, as if its skin or its muscle was slightly disintegrated by the slice, and just ash took its place. You don't see any signs of burns, but you just see ash, which is odd. So yeah, Griselda, Hodart, you see the satyr above you. It is petrified, looking at Hodart's hand, but is not moving or flinching.
Did you happen to see what happened to the big fella over here?
You asking Ira?
No, I'm asking the satyr.
No.
Immediately, the direction of its eyes is towards you, Griselda. It flinches, then looks a bit confused, and then looks around to itself, and it kind of starts patting itself, and then looks a bit confused, looks at you. He kind of just waves back at you, Hodart. Hi. No, don't kill me, please. I'm just here to hunt.
What? No, don't worry about that. We're fine.
As you speak, Ira looks at him, and it doesn't wear like a blade or something on him, right?
Roll
Big
me a persuasion, but with advantage, Griselda.
Yeah.
And Ira, what?
Does the satyr wear any kind of bladed weapon?
No. Short bow, a handful of satchels, and an empty quiver.
A crowbar?
No, quiver. You know where you put the
Oh,
arrows.
I thought you said he had a crowbar. I was like, that's not hunting. Equipment.
Yeah.
What are you hunting for? A fucking safe?
Head crabs.
Oh,
Hunting head crabs. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Or combine.
Persuasion, Griselda with advantage.
Yeah.
Sorry, say that again.
Persuasion, Griselda. Come on, what advantage?
Persuasion. Ooh. I am not good at this.
Might help then.
There we go. Hold on, I have another one. Woohoo! 22.
It almost immediately jumps down and like books towards your location, Griselda, and hugs you immediately. The first thing you sense is the satyr is drenched in sweat and is shivering to the core. It is beyond afraid.
I sort of look at the other two and then, like, very gingerly put my hand on its head. It's okay. It's fine. What's got you in a tizzy?
He kind of looks at the giant and then looks at you, Ira. Is he alright? Is he gonna be okay?
He will be fine. But now he just needs some rest. In a safe place to stay.
And kind of looks around a bit panicked. I was following him. Oh fuck! Oh, give me a second. He kind of sheepishly just says, "I was kind of following him. He said he will give me hunting lessons and tell me about the creatures. And I was waiting, and I sneaked around, and I was pretty good at it. And I wanted to ask him to, show me. Anyway, he was walking. Yeah, walking. Yeah, and he kind of gives this motion of like, legs with his fingers, walking, and 6 creatures, bone, sand, ash. He shows this like very theatrical hand motions of like rising from the ground. Six rose up from the ground, almost as tall as him, drawing blades at him. He was questioning what is happening, and then one additional one grew up from the ground, and it was different. It was something he recognized. A friend, a massive creature, but also different, noble, very well dressed, with wings. It had a big scythe, made of leaking ash. One swipe through the chest, and it was gone. Everybody vanished. And then I was staring at it. And it was looking up, and then you came out, and now you're here, and I'm here. Yeah.
You're telling me a friend of his did this to him?
I don't know who it is, but he kind of points. His name is Ein. He knows the person that the massive one with the wings and the scythe. He knew him. He didn't say. He looks a bit like he's trying to collect words, but he starts to just ramble and panic.
It brings up one hand and says, "It's fine. Take a moment to breathe and calm down."
Given the description, do I know who this is?
Roll me a history with disadvantage. Oh no, advantage. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I mean, I have an idea.
Yeah, history with advantage, but yeah. Okay.
A random skeleton.
So the word of Ein kind of rings you a bell with Azure Peaks. You don't know him personally, Hodar, but of course you read through, the nobilities, and of course you keep not nobilities, but the court members, and you know that Ein is more like a council member in the Azure Peaks, essentially emissaries of the Sealy court, and they essentially almost like oversee the place, make sure everything is orderly, nobody's doing some fucked up shit in the vicinity. And then you start to think, okay, who would he consider a friend? And then you kind of assemble this thing of like what the satyr described, and you know that there is an individual that's kind of high up in the Sealy court, relatively high up, you could say almost like in the inner circle, which is surprisingly rare. It is the archfey known as Zinot, because not a lot of creatures, a lot of people of the Sealy court don't really possess any angelic traits. While Zinot being an archfey, he likes to show off sometimes, as he's quite self-centered with his wings of pure adamantine. Of course, an illusion. He doesn't have them, but he possesses powerful magic. He can change his wings in any coloration, and he favors the scythe, which also checks out.
He ponders. Like, well, I might know who that is, though the motivation is still unclear. I think we should wait until he comes to and then ask him what's going on.
And I will determine if he is safe to be moved. The
The
giant.
The wound is relatively closed. His breathing is normal, and besides being weigh maybe a ton or so, he can be moved if you got the strength to do so.
Yeah. And I would suggest, I believe it's best if we move everyone to town. It isn't too far away, and I'd rather not stay out here for the night.
How are you going to move him?
Griselda, hold on, let's see. Hold up, you have a spell to change shape of someone, right? Change size.
If they be willing, yes.
You could make Griselda taller, stronger.
Well,
Thank
how
so
about
much
you
for
just
sharing.
how about you just make him smaller? I believe we already caused quite a bit of a ruckus in general.
Yeah.
I don't really want to add to that, so just make him smaller and we can go somewhere else. Make something cute like a cat.
Wait, yeah, we can polymorph him.
Yeah, make him something small. It'll be much faster to make him smaller than to make me bigger, and much less troublesome. Because in the last time we were big, we almost trespassed in someone else's area.
Okay.
The spell has no effect on a shapechanger or a creature with 0 hit points. It has more than 0 hit points, right? Well, I can heal him.
Well, I mean, he has more than 0 hit points. He's stable. More than stable.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I'm going to lean over to him and say, if you can hear me, We're going to move you to the nearest populated town. I'm going to transform you to make you easier to carry, though. So bear with me, and I'm going to attempt to polymorph him.
Into a tiny creature.
Well,
Specify.
I'm going to turn him into a cat.
Oh my god, why did I thought about it? Okay. So, yes, you, after a few seconds, the polymorph spell is successful, and you manifest him into a cat. Interesting enough, it's a very large cat. Not too large. It's like 3 feet long and about like 2 feet tall. Relatively very massive compared to normal cats, but very easy to pick up and carry by any of you.
Yeah. I have 16 strength. That is like a good amount of strength for an average person.
Yes.
Hold on, I thought I was carrying the cat.
Ara's carrying the cat.
Well, that's not fair. I was involved in this, and now I'm not. Well, get your timing right, because if you run out of time in about an hour, you're gonna be. The only thing you're gonna be carrying is
So we mustn't haste. Post haste. Then.
Yes, let's go.
Are you gonna fly or are you gonna just walk?
Why?
I will ask the satyr. Do you want to come with us?
He kind of immediately shakes his head. Yes, I would most definitely like to. I am. He shakes his head violently, looking back at the ground where the blood splatter is. I don't want to be here. I want to go. I want to go back.
And we walk.
Is it an hour's walk? Otherwise, you're going to be crushed.
It's maybe like 50 minutes or so. It's complicated. This way, as he kind of literally points down the road towards the Azure spire.
Or does have more magic, so you can use the spell again.
So, 1d10, if you will, from
Griselda, do you want the honor?
Sure.
Nothing bad can happen.
4.
Okay.
Oh, 2.
Okay. About 40 minutes in, and you can start to see relatively, in the vicinity, you start to see the more and more spire. The satyr is on the road, but in the tree lines, and he's not like looking at you, he's more like hiding. He is pretty fucking afraid. About 40 minutes in, though, all of a sudden, Ira, the cat just kind of purrs a bit, shakes its head, and then kind of glares at you with these bright blue eyes, and then looks at you with this confusion as it kind of tilts its head. It does not like fight or anything, but it's just kind of eyeing you.
Yeah, and I would say it's good to see you awake. We saw you collapsed on the ground, and we tended to your wounds. We were only carrying you to town, to the Azure Peaks right now. Do you want to be let down?
You know what? Let me check.
He cannot speak.
Yeah, no. I know, but yeah.
His intelligence is reduced.
Yes. I know. So what it does, it like realizes what you're saying, but then when you ask the question, it just kind of nuzzles closer to you and just purrs.
Is it weird that this is a giant ass person?
Hey.
Giant ass man. Literally.
Yeah.
Ass man. No.
Mm-hmm. So, but yeah.
Well, I do have a cat in my knee right now, so I'm role playing.
Okay. So, additional 15 or so minutes pass, and you reach the Azure Peak. what you basically see is what seems to be just a continuation of forest that is, I guess, buried off, not barriered off with this nice stone wall around it in a perfect circle shape. There's no guards or anything, but beyond the wall, you start to see that there's blank spots in the forest where buildings are there. You see few individuals walking, and relatively, you see that minute by minute you walk into this place, the more and more people start to see towards the center as everybody mind their own business. So for Hodark, you know what this is. For Ira and Griselda, you start to see a bunch of creatures of the Fae, from fairies, centaur, satyr, occasionally a hag or two, but you also see a bunch of people from the mortal plane. Tabaxi, dwarves, humans, elves, genasi. No one seemed to be here for a common stay. Everybody seemed well equipped and dressed, always prepared for battle or something. It seems like this place is less of like a town, more of a mercenary place. As you see a lot, like 3/4 of the people you see, you can assume that can very well, if not very, almost, they could very well defend themselves in a pinch. You see relatively a handful of buildings, like a good 20 or so, scattered all across massive buildings. You see a handful of taverns, leather workers, scale workers. There's no real sense of order, direction in this place. It's all just all over this semi-present forest.
Yeah. As we enter here, yeah, I will try to grab the satyr's attention if he's nearby.
He immediately, as soon as the door, as they go through the door, through the walls, he immediately kind of just joins you behind, like a good 15 feet away.
Do you know a good place with a nice large bed?
Yeah.
Or is his home around here?
Ein is a part of this place. He resides there, and he kind of points at the massive. But now you can realize it seems to be a normal mountain, but you know, like what a normal spire of a mountain is, but it's just different tinge of bluish. He kind of just points us. He resides there with the others. He's part of a council. I don't know. But he lives there.
And there's where we'll go. She also nudges Hodarth a bit with her elbow as she's holding the cat, and whispers, "Could you extend the time a bit?"
Yeah.
No.
You're like, I want to call it more.
Only
10 minutes left, and I want to be careful.
yeah.
And I also have second motivations, but that I will not talk about.
Yes, might as well keep him out of the view until we get to closed doors. Sorry there, my friend, but we might have to extend it at least a little bit longer.
He seems relatively calm, almost asleep. Occasionally, if you like shake him, he kind of looks around, but goes back. So, what's the plan as you? Because there's plenty of trees and cover too, and it's relatively a big place, but it's also, you know, forest, so you can definitely just find a bunch of trees and just do your thing. So what after then? You just go towards the peak, the spire.
I think it's pretty important to get him to bed soon.
Okay, so it takes about like additional good 40 minutes or so. As you know, you see, as you're going closer and closer to the center, more and more of the forest becomes more sparse, and more buildings are residing. You can see like a lot of people now. What mainly seems to be random buildings, like massive buildings that don't have any discerning qualities of like a type or specialty. Occasionally do see like a handful of taverns just scattered in the surrounding area, kind of encompassing the massive buildings. But yeah, you kind of make towards the peak. I guess like you would say a few minutes next to it, and you start to see what seems to be almost like a stairway into the side of the mountain. And this peak is miles tall. And you see this like rotating spiral that goes up and up. Additionally, you see a handful of immediate reference as almost like a storm, like handful of storm giants that are just kind of almost patrolling the peak with massive pole arms that occasionally, when they move it too swiftly, it kind of lets out this electrical spark in the general vicinity. But they seem to just kind of patrol the peak, and the peak is kind of wide. You see maybe like 2 miles wide, and there's like good 10, 12 of these giants just kind of patrolling.
Yeah, you know, and she talks to the satyr. We never got your name.
Should I tell you?
Yeah, what is your name?
My name is Kekel. They call me the coward, but it's because they never let me out to hunt, and that's why. And he kind of looks away with this stern look, but almost really kind of shifts away.
Well, it's a beautiful name. So, Kekel, could you introduce us to the guards?
He kind of nods. Okay, I'll try. As he kind of are you gonna just watch him from the distance?
We walk
Okay.
with him.
Okay. I mean, you walk the rest of the party.
Yeah, I walk with him.
Yeah, I'm eyeing this.
But I'm keeping him like in the center or in front.
Front and center.
Yeah, because he's probably more trusted than us right now.
Okay. He nods and he kind of takes like a few steps forward, like good 20 feet in front of you, just kind of occasionally looking back as just seeing if you're just kind of follow him, and then he eventually like kind of runs towards the giant, and you can see the giant is like for a split second, because one giant is every like few hundred feet or so. It's clearly to see them just kind of walking around, but you see the closest giant to you immediately almost flinches as he spots the satyr running. He has his weapon at the ready, but not like in an aggressive manner, more like standing by as he kind of eyes the satyr, the satyr kind of just walk up, and you can see that he's making a bunch of hand gestures, and then the storm giant looks at you. Additionally, all the surrounding storm giants start looking at you. Just stop what they're doing, walking, and they immediately just start looking at your direction.
Yeah.
And then
If it's close enough to say that she will like.
no, immediately you hear with a thunderous voice coming from the storm giant with the satyr, telling you all to come forward and present present your quarry as the boom is loud, and you see the satyr is kind of flinching, either out of fear or out of just the shock of the boom. So
Yeah, I will walk up beside him to give him confidence.
okay.
Go ahead.
Are you gonna just show the cat? Just give the cat?
She holds the cat very visibly in her
Uh-huh.
in her arms.
Okay. The storm giant looks at the cat from the distance. How far away are you from this?
It depends where they.
The satyr went away like good 100 feet away ahead of you. Like he got the confidence that you're not gonna just ditch him, and he kind of ran in front and just kind of start giving this.
Oh, so is he talking to giants right now?
No, he talked with the giant. The giant started looking at you, and the giant that was talking to you told you to come forward with the quarry.
Okay. Then I understand. Yeah, she will walk forward with the cat.
Okay. The storm giant observes.
He was a bit large. It was easier to carry him in this form.
He does not flinch. He does not move. He just kind of eyes it. Also, you realize that this storm giant, like usually storm giants, have naturally bluish, skin, but this one has a bit more different tinge of it. Some parts of his body that are visible seem to be almost purplish, while his armor is relatively heavy, almost not a full plate, but breastplate. All has the familiar tinge of this azure blue. It does not show any emotion through its face. It just kind of observes a cat with its sparkling, lightning eyes, and then kind of looks to the side, reaches out its left hand, and manifests a jolt of lightning into the ground, and through it, the sparkling, electrified ring manifests, and through it, you see somewhere very high up, looking way, way into the horizon. Hodart, you would know passively that this is the peak, like the actual peak of this mountain that you're standing in front. And the storm giant just says, "Proceed. The council awaits your
Rival.
Indeed." And then the satyr is like, "Oh, okay. So it was great meeting you." And he kind of waves at all of you. And then the storm giant just kind of shoves the glaive in front of the satyr as he tries to walk away. The storm giant looks at the satyr as the satyr is panicking even more. And it says, "You shall proceed as well. You have witnessed the attempt assassination." The satyr kind of looks at all of you as like panic, oh shit, what the fuck?
I'm going to walk up and gently put a hand on the satyr's shoulder, say, "It'll be all right. You're with good company now. We'll make sure that you're safe."
Don't know, Ira. Well, good company. Does it mean us?
Turns around full head without turning the body, so head turns around only to face you.
You're not selling the fact that you know what? Never mind.
Shakes her head.
We're the best company you're gonna get.
So
Then let us proceed.
okay. Okay, so give me a second. Just need to get it properly done. Let's go. So, who's going first? Because the satyr does not have the strength.
I am.
I'm carrying the cat, so I will probably go first.
Is Grizel just gonna fucking manhandle the satyr? Just like,
Oh, you know it.
oh fuck. Okay, so
Just picks up the satyr by the back of his clothing or whatever.
okay,
And
so hell yeah. So the first sensation that you all feel is a sense of nausea as your head it becomes incredibly light for a split second, losing your balance, and then the sharp winds catch you, weaving for a bit as you recover immediately. You, Hodart, know of this place as the books dictate, the place where the Council of the Azure Peak gathers. A council of 6 members. Ein most likely is one of them, so there's 5 more somewhere there. But you don't really know where they do exactly gather, as you seem to be in some sort of platform way high up into the sky, with some bits and pieces of the actual surrounding terrain being snow in the actual mountain. It's relatively cold, but you're not at the furthest peak yet, as you realize that the peak is relatively a few hundred feet above, and it is a lot more slimmer than it's at the very base. There is a simple passage that kind of circles upwards and upwards, and of course there's a passage that goes downwards, and you're kind of just observing the vicinity. Passive insight from Hodart. You assume that you're maybe 4, maybe more miles above the surface.
See, he's just at this point taking it all in. Just like, okay.
Zala just looks depressed. And looks over at Hodar.
He looks back, it's like, yes.
Are these all wave their hands? Higher ups?
More or less.
Great. My monkey, not my circus.
I wraps a blanket or something around the cat.
I mean, it has very thick fur,
Okay.
so
If it
it's
has thick fur, then it's
yeah,
fine.
it is more fluff than there is actual, body.
Smart thinking, Hodas.
Is big floof. He doesn't say that, that's just me saying that.
Yeah.
I didn't say that either.
So, you see, Kukul is also mesmerized by the sight, and for a split second he just kind of stares off into the sight, and just has his jaw open, does not say anything. He's still alive, Griselda, don't worry, but he just... fear seems to be disappearing from him as he just kind of observes the sight. So, how would you wish to proceed?
Seems you haven't been here before, I suggested. Kukul.
No, I heard tales. This is where the elders, the council, gather to speak of things. Many things, a lot of things. Uh, I, I, I tried to look up to the very peak, but whew, so far, so tall. And he kind of just.
Might I suggest we prioritize finding a nice, safe room to continue the conversation, as well as get this one back to its original form, so we may plan our next move.
No. So, Hodart, you know that the council is at the very peak, and you're not at the peak, so.
Yes, it would be nice to have a conversation with the cat.
So, yeah, decide what you want to do.
None of you speak with animals?
Well, technically, yes, but
No, I wasn't. Never mind. I know you can.
Is there no way up to the peaks?
Yeah, you just immediately you have this like open space that is like maybe 40-50 feet wide. There's like a purposely almost placed platform, and to your immediate left you see just kind of this very wide stairway that leads onwards, upwards, and you see to the right that it goes downwards.
right. Upward it is then. And if we see a nice little room that we can have a swift conversation with, that will be even more helpful. Anyways. And he just starts walking up the stairs.
Yeah, follows him.
So, takes only a few minutes for all of you to reach the very top of this peak, which almost immediately at the very top, it almost goes downwards into this. How do I say this? It goes into the peak slightly, as you see there's this almost like open wide chamber with 6 massive chairs, and what seems to be this runic platform with countless of insignia in the very middle. This whole place, this platform at the very peak of the mountain that you see from above, is maybe 70-80 feet wide in all directions, and you see that 3 out of 6 seats are occupied by similar looking giants, Goliaths, as you kind of survey. One more just kind of with a almost like a crash of lightning in the throne just manifests and also observes you.
Is there a chamber beforehand?
No, there's no chamber. It's like you go to the very peak, and all of a sudden there's like just a sudden stairway down, and you see this platform where it goes down. It's like a bowl of sorts, the very peak.
Aha!
Yes. And you see, 6 massive thrones. Well, 20...
While we're
20
going up there, can we say that I cast Speak with Animals so I can talk to our friend?
Sure.
So, how are you holding up?
I am woozy, but alright.
Are you conscious enough to make a case as to what just happened to you?
Uh-huh.
A cat. Looking a case.
Yeah, for Ira, you just hear occasionally just... You just hear... I cannot say it with a straight face, or yeah, but yeah. Of course, Griselda, you're holding the satyr, and satyr is not resisting anything that you're doing to him. So yeah,
Say- Satyr's padding.
yeah. So yeah, you basically observe these bluish giants, and how would you like to proceed, as this stairway that leads into the almost like the center of this chamber, about 100 feet, just nice slow walk.
Hogarth, what is the procedure here?
That is a very good question. What is the procedure here?
Jesus Christ, roll me a history check. It's not a high DC, but just let's see. Because I love the fact that you're the guy who knows lore about a specific place, and all of a sudden it's like, oh my god, I know this. Oh my fucking god, yeah, So, usually, when you get the, I guess, a council with the council TM, you stand in the middle and essentially present your case, and usually, the giants, the blue giants, let's call them, because Hodart, you know that these giants are kinda like storm giants, but they're different. They don't possess the full elemental prowess of a regular storm giant, but they're still immensely powerful creatures. And they don't really have a name because there's so many of them. So they just anyway. So the thing usually is that you walk into the middle, and they essentially ask you a bunch of questions. And when they're content with their questions, they will ask you any questions. So essentially, it's that sort of deal. And of course, this council is not exactly sharp tongue or sharp with it. They do not really care for the like political stance or the like. In most cases, they're relatively neutral, all things considered. And they are not like cruel of like you misspeak and you die type of deal. Yes.
It's more like simple problems, simple answers, kind of.
Yes.
I think the very direct and to the point is the best course of action. Essentially, the Griselda method.
Don't poke their ears up. Oh? I think you'd warm up to my kind of doing things.
Oh, that's how they operate here, so we might have to... Yeah. I'll give you a nudge if you need to lay down the law. Then you may go do the thing. We're trying to get them to recognize that one of their own is in fact a traitor to the Seelie Court and the Feywild in general, and we're also here to present this one's case.
Say less. Just give me a nudge and I'll persuade
think we
them to
should-
the best of my ability.
Well, first things first, I believe it's time to drop this one, the polymorph.
Let's put Pacing down first.
I hope
Yeah,
I hope you're not doing it in like the middle of the stairs. Just fucking.
Currently, we're walking down the stairs.
Yeah.
Speaking.
Up the stairs.
No,
You
wasn't it-
fucking watch him tumble.
did we walk up the stairs and then inside the peak and then down or something?
Yeah.
Probably just as soon as we make it to the stairs, we'll do that.
Okay.
At the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah. Griselda sort of, leaves a good distance between you and the and the bottom of the stairs for.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
All
Probably
right.
to make
have
the
at
quick
it.
inch. Well,
Ira gently places Iron down on the ground.
as soon as we get up, it's like, members, I'm going to clear my throat so that to make sure that everybody, the Sealy Court, I have their attention.
This is not the Sealy Court, by the way.
Is
Sealy
it not?
Court. This
Oh,
is
is
the
it not?
Azure. This is
This
the
is,
Azure Peaks Court. This
yeah,
is like
Azure
a small
Peaks
regional
Court.
court.
yeah. This is
Ah,
this
the
is,
regional court.
yeah.
All
This
right.
is, yeah.
The Sealy Court is somewhere else.
Yeah, Sealy Court is like the whole Feywild. This is just
Okay.
Azure Peaks, because
Never mind then.
Layers. These
Well,
are
I'm going to
layers.
I'm going to undo the polymorph then.
Okay. Yeah, you see the polymorph fades, and you see the Sorum giant on this giant on one knee, taking heavy breaths as he kind of slowly stands up, but with quite a bit of trouble. And then all of a sudden, all of the other four counts.
Take it slow.
All the other four council members just kind of extend their left hands, and all of a sudden you see the giant starts to float in mid-air as he's getting pulled into the middle and past the middle onto one of the thrones almost in the center, and puts down as he seems alright, but he seems to being in very heavy breath. And as he kind of sits down, he has one of his hands fully into his face. And then another one just kind of, with a crackling light, manifests. And now, all 6 thrones are filled. And I guess you descend into the middle?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all of them relatively look the same. They have the only characteristic that could discern them is their facial structure. But relatively else, they're all bald, wearing similar clothing, except for the one that you got who's still stained in his own blood. And you just hear an echoing, booming voice above you as you all enter, and the runes in the middle just kind of light up in this brilliant, bright blue light for a split second. You bring us terrible tidings, mortals. How
So
did you
bad.
stumble upon our brother?
We
noticed-
saw. Oh, sorry, you can go ahead.
We noticed him as we were traversing our way to the city. Quite a grisly sight, not going to lie.
Indeed, his wounds are severe, but he will make it. What brings you to the Azure Peaks? For saving our brother, you gained quite a bit of way towards us.
I think, and I will speak up. Before we answer that question, it might be better if our friend here, who saw what happened to Ein, explain what happened.
He immediately. Oh wait, hold on. Did you told the name out loud of who you thought it was?
Not there. We just more of
Oh, thought. Okay.
I could.
Yeah. Okay.
I could mention it now.
No. It was because yeah, that's how. Yeah. So he all of a sudden just kind of looks at the I guess Griselda puts him down, or are you gonna just hold him? Griselda.
I'm gonna put him down, so I'll pat him on the back.
Yeah.
Go on, you got this.
So all of a sudden he kind of just observes all of them, and then he immediately kneels, and then looks around, takes a deep breath, and then essentially recounts the same tale you heard of him. Essentially, he knows of Ein, and he knows that he told him that he will show him the surroundings one day so he can become a better hunter, and essentially he saw opportunity and he kind of waited for the right moment to kind of talk to him, and then these ashen, bony manifestations risen up, including one with angel wings and a scythe, and struck him down. As the latter part about the angel and the scythe, you see all of them were kind of just staring at the general vicinity, not like looking at anyone specifically. But as soon as he spoke of the angel, all of a sudden, everyone just kind of looks at the wounded brother Ian, as he still has his face buried into his hand, kind of not looking directly at all. And then the satyr kind of finishes his whole ordeal of like, then he met you, and then you ventured immediately. You told that you, Ira, kind of healed him and kind of saved him, and the cat and the whole, and he kind of just, just almost recited up to this point. And then one of the giants immediately, like almost in almost like a fury, just looks at the satyr. Do you even know? Who are you accusing of treason? I suggest you, Rika. And then all of a sudden, Ein, first time, raises his head. Brother, he is correct. It is Zinot. It is him. And all of a sudden, everyone just looks at the brother, at the wounded brother. Roll me insight, everyone. And Hodart.
Can I use guidance?
Sure. And Hodart, roll me another history check.
Okay, so insight will be first.
Okay.
Oh shit, I have proficiency. Nice.
All of us have.
Alright, jeez.
Maybe we're meant for the political stuff.
Yes,
That's
Griselda,
kind of what I built him for.
Griselda, the political leader.
Okay, so you all kind of see that Satyr was not having a great day because like 2 hours ago he was still just trying to convince the man to go hunting with him, and he is very humble and scared shitless of the council. And as like at the beginning, all the council members except for Ian, who was not even paying attention, was just kind of observing neutrally. But as soon as they mentioned the wings and the scythe, all of them kind of almost had this stern look, almost this deep-seated anger or rage. But not like out of hatred towards him, more towards the accusation. One of them who spoke out on the satyr looked most contempt to almost punish the satyr. But when Ein told that he was not lying and he is correct, every single brother in the surrounding area just looked dumbfounded and confused. Looked almost sad even. Hodart, with your passive insight, you realize that with your passive, not passive perception, your insight and your history check, Zinot did not became almost close to the inner circle, the Sealy Court, just because he was flattering and silver tongued and all the like. He is a very powerful archfey who led the defense of the Brucks from the Mistlands incursion. He is almost one of the most military capable people in the recent history of the Fae. And you realize that there's this disheartening thing of the high Azure Peaks, the thing that is the Feywild that has been tainted by the Mistlands and is just slow but surely sinking deeper and deeper into this forest. The line of defense, the most well military suited and most strategically sound individual might turn betrayal. Sits and stirs within all of them with so much pain. Like, they are hiding it well, but you feel like if they were alone, they would start to weep. Sadness kind of overtakes the entire chamber. And all of them just kind of quietly look at each other, then look back at you.
I think we should tell of our mission now. Hogarth, do you want to have the honors?
I mean, if you don't want to, I will gladly do so.
I would, but I don't know exactly what happened to him. Nor do I know anything that's going on.
So,
I'll let Ira do it if she wants.
Yeah. You, did your whole fixing thing on him, so you know what happened to him, right?
Yeah, I'm meaning our mission. You can tell our mission
Oh, yes, that one.
and who you are, because you are important.
Oh.
Yeah, that one.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Maybe we have important information for the Sealy Court. We have information of one of them. One of their members is, in fact, a traitor to not only the court, but to the Feywild in general, as a whole. And it is urgent that we speak with them and make our case against them. And I come here as proxy of Denier with this information.
they all look at you, Hodart. Still stricken by grief. And there's like almost like a spur of emotion from one of the storm giants, but blue giants, but they kind of just compose themselves. We do not have any intent of not believing you, but what you're saying is a very serious accusation. I do hope that you have proper proof to back whatever you're saying. For the Sealy Court is not a game of children. One wrong step, and you will suffer the fate of death 100-fold for eternity until there's nothing left. But, and all of a sudden, Ian just interrupts. I will go with them. I know that this is hard for us brothers, but the court must be informed of Xanad's betrayal. Maybe he has a reason. Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe it's illusion, but the council must be warned. If there is just an illusion running around pretending as him, it must be known nonetheless. But I must gather my strength before I venture forth. And then he kind of looks at all of you.
Yeah.
I will.
Sorry.
Yeah, you say it. You say what you want to say.
A question to the DM. The big fae that we are accusing, like, was her title the Ash Queen or something? Queen of Ash or something? Lord of Ash?
No, you don't know, and nothing like that. As the Ein just kind of looks at all of you. This place houses many mortals. Rest up and prepare, for tomorrow you will traverse with me to the Sealy Court, and you will be granted the audience with the Queen and the King himself. You will be informed where to gather, and I will accompany you. We will not traverse on foot, for this is more urgent than that.
When he finishes, I give a respectful bow. So, thank you so very much for your time, and may you rest well.
The satyr kind of finally lifts his head, and he kind of looks around, and Ein looks at the satyr. And you, little one, you will go there as well. Are you also a witness? And then he kind of raises his right hand, almost like with pain, and he kind of twists his fingers, and another manifestation of a portal opens up a good 10 feet in front of you as the runes slowly subside. And you see on the other side, it's almost like the same place where you've been, just at the very bottom. You see the familiar things. And as Ian just kind of retracts his hand, he just says, "If you wish to ask of something, you have our counsel."
I do believe we have concluded. Unless there is anything else that you require of us, I think we shall take our leave and rest up for the big day tomorrow.
All of them almost simultaneously nod, as I guess all of you take the portal out.
Yep, I motion to everybody to come.
I'm gonna look over at the satyr. Do you want to come with us?
I gotta.
That's not why I asked.
Yeah. Yes. No. He kind of looks up at the.
Griselda, stop worrying him so much.
I'm not worrying him. I'm asking him a simple question. Do you want to come with us? Or are you doing this because you're being told to?
Are you just having this intervention while on the top of the mountain?
Yes.
Okay. Is anybody stopping Griselda? Because
Yes.
Okay. Oh wait, you are?
How are you stopping Griselda?
With my fist. No, let's get in.
Let's go! Let's go!
Oh my fucking god.
She will place her hand on Setter's shoulder and say, "It will be fine." And Griselda, stop it.
Stop what? I thought of anyone, you would be the least for forcing someone to do something. Especially if they don't want to.
Now, you can see Hodarth's hands, arms crossed, and just the single finger tapping. It's like, It's best not to be doing this here right now in front of them.
Yeah, Gisela, let's talk later about this.
Fuck this place. Fine.
Yeah, and then she turns to the city and says, let's go.
Okay. So all of you leave, and as you enter through, all of a sudden you feel a lot more warmer to the point that you realize, holy fucking shit, you're kind of freezing. But yeah, you are on the ground level once more. The storm giants are patrolling and do not mind care for the world, and you're kind of just left to your devices. So what would you wish to do?
Yeah, I will say to Kukul, if you see it in a positive way, no one will call you a coward after tomorrow anymore.
No. It's just a bit too much for me today. A lot has happened, and
Mhm.
No, it's
You've
fine.
been through a lot.
Yeah, I understand. You've been through a lot, and I don't think it's fair to be called a coward. You were scared, and so you ran. That's all there is to it. Sometimes it's safer to run away.
then
Do you know what happens if you just go head first into everything? You get scarred. You get hurt. You might even get killed. If you ain't ready for that, you shouldn't do it.
You hear a slight chuckle from Hodarth.
No, he almost like grabs the string that is over his chest that holds the short bow. It's like, no, I want to do it. I want to hunt. I want to hunt big things, but every time I draw the bow, the pain in my chest, he kind of shakes the feeling off.
You will get there. Living is the most important.
So where are you going?
Do you have any recommendations? You are from here, correct?
Well, you people, you build. He kind of points at like a nearby building. You build that, and you use gold or silver or other things, and we don't have this, so we don't really go in. So we use just the forest inside the walls to stay. And he almost has to feel. I know no recommendations of your dwellings.
Yeah, Irot turns to the other two, to Griselda and Hodarth, and said, I don't have any problem with sleeping outside tonight.
Well, outside is not a problem. I have a place of my own. It's a tree house, but it's more of a tree than a house. But that's what they call. Do you call it? As he kind of like kind of points in a random direction in the forest, not the way you came from, but just a bit to the southwest. As he kind of just points and just kind of shows that way, and then just kind of starts almost like walking, like fast paced. But then every so often he just kind of looks back to see if you're following him.
We're following.
He's leading us and we will follow him.
And as we're doing, it's like, are there any shops around here?
Yeah. Don't know what kind. they sell all kinds of stuff. Meat, leather, bread. Yeah, a lot of bread.
Magical items.
He kind of just nods. He kind of nods. Yeah. Magical items. Yeah.
And food is important
Well,
right now.
yes, food is very important. Also, I'm curious if the potions are different here.
He kind of just nods.
Eh.
Maybe I don't know. What are potions like?
Well, they're usually kind of strange and they move around when you look at them.
Uh,
I asked a potion in her bag. She will take up,
uh,
show him.
he kind of looks at it. Yeah. They sell these as well. I don't know who. Usually there's this. It's like a human, but different. Elemental fire. Very confused. Yeah. He tries.
He puts hand on the shield, say, "Take a deep breath.
He takes a deep breath.
Out.
He takes it out.
Let us start with you showing us where you live. Then we can go from there. All right."
Okay, he just kind of nods slowly, but then he kind of begins to nod a bit faster, and it kind of points at the finger and just says, "Go on," like kind of just points. So, takes you a good 10 minutes, and you realize that there are in fact tree houses, but not in a natural sense of like you build a structure on top of a tree. It's more like the tree branches were bent by some sort of magic and made these hovels inside of trees. So you just start to see just these massive, like a massive like chestnut, uh, uh, massive bubbles of just wood on top of trees. And yeah, 10 minutes pass, and then he kind of starts pointing, and you see about like a 10-foot tall oak, and you see this like 15-foot wide, just like a lot larger than the actual tree, just this manifestation of roots and branches that seems to be his dwelling. As he starts to essentially almost instinctively climb from the smallest branch, it is like a feet and a half, and essentially like a ladder, climbs to the very top, and then just kind of jumps into it, just without any sensation. For a split second, there is nothing there, and then he pokes his head out and looks at all of you. It's here, here, and then he kind of just kind of goes in, and there's no sound coming from within.
All right.
Quite the curious fellow, isn't he? I find it
He
quite
is.
delightful.
I do too. I just feel like rustle his hair all the time.
Huh. Maybe you finally found the one, Griselda.
Now I've got an appointment to keep.
Maybe after then? Yeah, and he doesn't let you respond, just goes goes up into the tree.
Yeah.
You go up into the tree. Griselda says under her breath, I don't think there's going to be an after. Follows you.
I heard that.
I already did hear that.
So, you you go, there's no check to be made, everything is relatively well paced, and you can climb. And essentially what you see is there's this just hole into the top of this, I guess, nut of sorts, and there's like almost like a root rope, this massive chunk that you can just kind of grab and just slide up or go up. And what you basically see is like a 2-story building inside of it. On the first one, you see what seems to be a table and a chair that is made of roots, pots and just cutlery made of stone or clay. Seems to have a very cushioned hay bed, and just a bunch of drawings or paintings that seem to be all of coloration of jade or several shades of blue. As they seem to depict the local fauna. Mainly just the tree lines or the just random scapes of the inside of the forest. You don't see Kukul anywhere, but you start to hear something below the first floor that you see, or I guess the second floor, because you're going from above to down. So, what would you like to do?
It's a very nice house.
Thank you.
Wait.
I made it myself.
How tall is the roof? Or ceiling?
Yeah, you go through the ceiling.
No, how
White?
is it him sized or is it
No.
Zelda sized?
It's about 6-7 feet wide. It's for you. It's very easy to you can just jump in. But there's this one massive root, like just hanging from one side, that you can easily just use to climb down or slide down.
You aren't super huge, right? Paul?
The first floor is maybe 8.5 foot tall from ceiling. Of course, when you go to the sides, of course, it slightly bends, so it becomes shorter then. But in the middle, all of you can easily fit comfortably. I mean, it's relatively alright. You can hear that some stuff is happening below you, and occasionally you hear the stomps of his hooves and a bunch of rumbling of wood. And then he kind of climbs out from the side where it leads to below, which is just covered in darkness, and then he kind of gives you all a wave. So yeah, this is my place, and yeah, my place.
How long have you lived here?
12, 14. She starts counting on his fingers. About 20 years, maybe? I don't... honestly, I don't remember.
Own?
He kind of shakes his head.
Oh, you have guests?
Hey, yeah, I kind of started counting not long ago.
That's my lifetime. Okay. Do you have a place for us to place our bags?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can place it anywhere.
Yeah. Then I will
You gotta put stuff
upload
in.
her backpack. And bag of holding. No bag of holding actually. It's small. You can keep it as.
So, the first floor is that, right? Just basic living dwellings, and Kukul is just sheepishly looking at all of you, not knowing what to do with himself as you're kind of just putting your stuff down.
Have you eaten dinner yet?
It's like I haven't even eaten lunch yet. I kind of just eaten, knew that he was going to have a walk, and I tried to talk to him, and he kind of just shrugs, and now I'm here.
If I have a few ingredients, I could make something for all of us.
We don't use fire here. The council forbade it. They can use it in the big houses where you dwell, but not here. If
That's interesting.
uh,
I do know.
I mean, it makes more sense.
I do know how to make a few cold dishes.
I mean, I also know how to make a few cold dishes. He kind of goes down, and then he brings what seems to be a rack of limbs, not like limbs of what seems to be like legs, like goat legs, or almost bluishly tinged, and seem to be fully dried up. And you assume there's like each of them is like 4 pounds of weight, and there's like 6 of them on this nice rack as he kind of places above this single root that is above the table. Yeah, did it myself, pretty good. Also got something else as he kind of like a bit confused, like scratches himself a bit, and then jumps down into the hole below, and then you hear just like a commotion of clattering, and then he he brings out what seems to be berries in a liquid in a jar, like a massive jar, like Ira's torso size.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I saw all the things that you brought here, but they never tasted it because no gold, and yeah, he kind of just shakes his head acknowledgingly. But see, we doing ourselves very fine. We got meat. We got spring water with berries, and
It looks wonderful. And then how the meat? How does one prepare the meat? And she asking a bunch of details of how the cooking is done.
okay. Are you actually interested in it, or are you just doing small talk? Because what is everybody doing?
It is small talk, but her in character is interested about it.
Okay, yeah. So Griselda, Hodart, you're kind of, it's relatively cozy, good enough for all of you to fit. The bed is big enough for Hodar and Ira, or Griselda and Ira, but free would either be, just a bit too much.
Is better one did have an extra bed.
No, I didn't expect guests.
That's all right. We got sleeping utensils that we usually pack. Just don't need the tent now.
Okay. So Ira, he kind of goes down into the bottom, and then he brings a familiar grass that you actually picked for yesterday while in the crumbled peaks, and he describes about how you can essentially wrap the meats with fresh rock grass, and over time it will just become this, and it's edible. It takes a few months, but it's very good, and no fire, and And
Yeah, she's listening very intently and is very curious.
yeah, so he's like kind of like with much enthusiasm, kind of tells you about how he ventured into the crumbled peaks to look for this grass, and there's like this almost excitement, this pride in him that he went so far to acquire this. But yeah, he just kind of fully focused on you, so. Yeah. So yeah, he just kind of describes just what how he acquired the grass, how he went there, how he saw the first patch, snagged it, and fucking fled back. But
And she continues to ask questions like how you forage in the Feywild and stuff like that.
how do you forge?
What can you forage? What should you look out for? Plants and animals and stuff like that.
Oh. You know what? Roll me an intelligence check.
Great intelligence. Let's see. Bam.
Okay. So, yeah. So here's what happens. As you're like giving, like you ask, he seems generally excited, and then he goes down again below, and then few moments after, he brings what seems to be just pages on top of pages, not a book, but just a bunch of pages tacked together, and he kind of starts to show from one page to another and just kind of pointing at it, and it's all written either in common or elvish.
And I read both.
Yes. So but he is so enthusiastic about it. You get a handful of like what to eat and what to not eat, because he has like a nice like summary of like on a page about a specific plant, shrub, or animal, with like a tiny nice illustration, but seems to be made of similar bluish paint. But before you like get to fully memorize it, he immediately just goes to another one and then to another one. But yeah. Anything else you wish to do, or Grisilla, you gonna try that leg?
Ira is eating at this point. Trying to listen and eat.
Ira.
She's just sort of staring at the food for a bit.
Yeah. Relatively. Okay, so the drink, slightly sweet, but also very refreshing. Not much flavor. While the meat is almost unnaturally salty. But when paired together, it kind of balances it out. It's relatively pleasant.
We have been spoiled of good food.
This is good food?
I mean, it's good for me, and he kind of looks at all of you, just maybe good for you. She likes it.
Alright, I'll bite.
Yeah.
To which she literally will.
Yeah. Very salty, but not the saltiest thing you ever had, Griselda. And paired with the drink, relatively pleasant. Relatively pleasant. Not freeze cooking, no, but pretty good.
He takes a bite of it. I'll still miss three. But this will do, I guess.
So, Holdart, Both Griselda and Ira are eating food, relatively good. Don't see them choking or vomiting or anything. Seem quite pleased with what they're getting.
After a bit of partaking as well, it's like, well, I don't know about you guys, but I believe I'm in due need of a new staff. If anybody wishes to accompany me in finding one.
I will accompany you. Yeah, I have a few items myself. That would be nice to find.
Oh wait, sorry. When you said staff, I thought you meant waiters. Yeah, I can come with you.
I'll come with you too. I guess.
You don't have to if you don't want to, but I'll
No.
appreciate the company.
I mean, I want to, but maybe you don't want to.
Oh no, good. It
picks
get
up
us.
the-
We'll get. I think it's a wonderful idea. It'll let us get to know you more.
Yeah. She just picks him up. Let's go.
Oh no! Yeah, give me a second. As he jumps down, and then he seems to the empty quiver. He seems to be like a good 30 seconds after. You just hear a bunch of shrubs below, and then all of a sudden, he comes back, same as before, but now he has like in a quiver that could fit maybe like 10, 15. Like arrows relatively nice. It looks like there's like 25, 30. And then he kind of nods with content as says, "Yeah,
All right. Picks him up again.
Griselda, he can walk himself. Put him down.
You
Griselda.
what? I know he can. What's that got to do with anything? Let's go.
Griselda,
What?
put him down.
No. But thanks for the suggestion. She
Let-
just like finger guns.
Let him
you
carry.
go, Jeremy.
Let her carry her boyfriend.
Not a boyfriend. He's a bit too small for my liking. No offense.
what are you talking about?"
Nothing. Let's go.
Oh my god, is this like, oh my god, he's so cute. Just between Hyra and Griselda.
Griselda has found a puppy, and she's going to look after it.
Okay. Roll
Who
me,
would've thought?
roll me an investigation check.
All right. Let's.
Everyone or someone? Oh, someone else.
I guess we're all looking for.
Yeah. So what are you
Yeah.
all looking for? You're looking for a staff, Ira, staff.
I am looking for any kind of magical protection. Would be good. Armor, trinkets,
Potion.
and
Like,
yeah.
Potions, consumables. Like healing potions or other potions.
and I will enhance intelligence of everyone because I can do that.
Enhance. Oh, so we have intelligence checks with advantage.
Yeah, and that takes me two spells. One twinned and one. Let's see. Enhance ability. Cost me 2 enhance ability.
Okay, let's wait for the else.
Thank you for that advantage. Never mind. Did nothing. I got a 10.
And Ira with a clutch nat 20. Let's go.
That's
I got a 19.
investigate. That's just wrong.
Yeah,
It should be
investigation.
+3, not +1.
Oh wait, never mind.
None of you have high investigation. Shaking my head. See,
Yeah,
see, told you. I have foresight, my good people. Why are you not trusting me? So pleasant walk. The sun does not seem to be in any particular way setting or rising, as the world in this place seems to be in somewhat of a standstill. First things you go is like the biggest buildings. And for most of you, you realize that acquiring equipment gear, and we're not talking like the low end, we're talking high end, is very easy to obtain. Ira, you ask around with, I guess, fellow adventurers, if you will, and you kind of get this realization that this is almost like a hub of sorts for people, for mercenaries who wish to get or earn a living by essentially serving the Sealy court and fighting off potential enemies of it, because the Mistlands are slowly but surely slinking towards the Fae deeper and deeper. So it's easy to acquire some information of why there's so high much equipment, and you are kind of just pointed into Ted's place. And like nobody like has a name for it. It's like, oh yeah, just go to Ted's, or do you know Ted? And you like a good 20 minutes passed since you eventually set out originally, and you're kind of are led to this warehouse of sorts, this massive, maybe 4 or 5 story building, right? That is does not seem to have any windows except for the very top levels, and there's several entrances and one large gate into this place. And through the doors you can see that every few like a minute or so a person walks in or out, so there's traffic in it. So are you gonna proceed alone with all of you, or Griselda's just gonna still carry the satyr inside?
I'm still carrying.
Why?
I just let Griselda have her fun.
As long as he's not complaining. And we walk inside the warehouse.
Okay, give me a second. Oh boy. So, as you walk inside of the place, all of a sudden there's this almost intense source of heat coming, and then it kind of subsides as you almost immediately, all of you recognize the warmth of the forge and the clangs of metal somewhere up above you, even though you didn't see any signs of smoke or sounds from within. And what you basically see is 2 dwarves, quite old, brownish short hair with long beards, but you can see that there's already streaks of gray in both of their heads, who seem to be tirelessly maintaining their inventory in behind the I guess the storefront, which houses very neatly categorized but eerie similar weaponry in their design. There's almost no uniqueness. It's all almost what's it called? It's almost like categorically the same, standardized.
Uniform.
Yeah. From plates to chainmails, from maces to pole arms, from rings that are basically almost with a nail in the wall just kind of put there in a streak of like dozen. Everything is very neatly organized, and there's like a line of 2 people before you, as one of them gets a pole arm and another gets about 200 arrows or so. And one of them immediately eyes all of you and then looks at the satyr with squinting eyes. Since when satyrs are luggage? Don't mind me. Welcome to my place. My name is Ted. How may I serve you in this fine, relatively bright day?
Hello, Ted.
Aye, that is my name.
Me and my companions were just browsing your wares. My companion here, dressed as the Odarth, is looking for a staff of sorts.
Aye,
And
Do you have anything of the magical varieties? What I'm more after.
you gotta be specific, lad, because everybody has their niches here. We
How
provide.
about a staff fit for a druid?
Oh, you gotta be shitting me. No. You gotta be specific, my man. You realize that we're a well-organized thing. You cannot just. This is not a candy store. You just don't have a selection. We're here providing arms for people who gonna go fight the Shadowfell. We have armor against the undead, the blight, the necrotic. We got weapons that are good against the undead, the blighted, and the necrotic. We provide all sorts of arms, but you cannot go vague on us. If you seek protection from an element, we can provide you with that. If you seek some sort of boon or a druidic spell, we can provide with that. But you cannot be vague, not in this place. You feel me? He kind of gives it this like hand motion.
Is it fair enough? Give me just a sec. It will give me. Let the others figure out what they want while I get a bit more detailic with what I need.
Yeah. Do you have any items for protection? And
We got against psychic, necrotic, cold, fire, lightning, in the forms of necklaces, rings, bucklers, shields, armor from leather to full plate. He kind of gives like a nod with the determination.
do you have anything against enchantments of spells and effects?
I'm assuming charm effects, right? Because in the Feywild, a lot of entities like to use mind-numbing abilities or capabilities.
Yes.
That can be arranged in the form of a necklace, ring. He kind of gives like a going on motion with his hand.
Any wearable item that wouldn't impede the use of armor.
We can provide you with a necklace that would cost you 6,000 gold pieces. But if you wish protection on top of that, we can provide you with rings that the more protective magics it has, the more costly it will get. Up to 22,000 gold pieces.
I turns a bit to both and just looks at Hodarth and Griselda a bit. Could we have 2 necklaces?
why are you getting two?
For the both of you, of course.
Oh, don't be stupid. Get something for yourself.
I don't think I would need any protection against charms. I'm pretty resistant myself.
Why are you worried about me? I've never been charmed.
That's 12,000 gold for 2 necklaces.
You are fine.
Just say, is that even in the price range?
12,000. 6,000 per necklace. Will it work, Ted? Rex?
6,000. Yeah, 6,000 gold pieces per necklace against charm.
I mean, it would be nice to have at least one of them. At least one.
I think
think
it's best
you need more
to be on the
protection
safe
than
side.
I do.
Okay.
Because if if I get hurt, you can fix me. If you get hurt, no one can fix you. Well, maybe Hodarth can, but you know what I mean. You're better at fixing people, so you make sure you stay alive.
Yeah. Do you have any rings of protection?
Yeah, we do. But yeah, usually people like to, have a specific resistance or immunity to some sort of magic on top of it, 2 things on 1 finger. Very, very convenient.
Eh,
I wants to whisper something to Hodarth and Sulin up. Hodarth, do you have a minute?
Yes. 1 moment. Yes. He's
What
listening intently.
What kind of protection should we have if you're facing the Unseelie court or members of the Unseelie?
DM.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
isn't it just ice shit?
First thing. Okay. It's a very simple question. Charm.
Definitely the charm.
But no necromancy, cold damage.
Because violence is
I
forbidden.
mean, they'll have a little bit, but they like more charming people. This is the Feywild. We are good known for that.
Yeah. Yeah, 2 charm is good. Let's see. Instead of protection, do you have any magical item that can, let's say, save someone from a grievous injury, or
how Grievous was saying.
save someone from death, like an emergency one-time use, or multiple if that is within the price range.
You kind of see like a half nod. But those are expensive things. We got ones that just avoid a grievous injury, but also we got ones that if you grievously are injured, you get somewhere safe. Because what's the point of getting grievously injured and then coming back on the spot when you're just gonna get injured again?
That is true. How much for one of those?
The one that just avoids the grievous damage. He kind of looks at the other dwarf as like almost like a reference point. Then looks immediately back. About 9,000 gold pieces. As for the same place, about 14,000.
And mechanically, Arax, the first one, is it just
Okay, mechanically, if you get hit with a grievous injury, or I guess you would go below 0, you essentially negate that damage, but the ring would be destroyed.
Yeah, I think that's because the other one, the teleport will only teleport me away and leave the others.
Yeah.
So I will take 2 necklaces and the ring.
Holy shit! How much money you got?
About 30,000.
What the fuck?
About that.
Yeah, remember how there you had a companion with you who gave you a lot of gold to protect him, and then he fucked up.
Yeah, I never spent any money. Like I spent less than like 100 gold so far.
Okay, so
Oh, shit, fair enough.
the ring 9,000, not the ring, yeah, the ring 9,000, and then 6K, 12K, 21K in total.
Leaves me with about 9.
Oh yes, do not worry, attunement is not required on these items. And then kind of looks at you, Griselda. What about you, or class? What do you want?
I'm sorry, what'd you call me?
An orc?
I'm a half-orc, I'll have you know.
My apologize, half-orc. Well, you wish to buy something? Purchase anything?
I've got a pretty good sword and a pretty good shield. I don't know what I'd want. What do you sell other than like swords and shields and armor? I don't do armor. It's stifling.
Weapons of all
necklaces.
weapons of all kinds, two-handed, one-handed, light, finesse, throwables, shootables. You know.
Eyebrow
Doables.
raised. Shootable?
Yes, crossbows, bows.
Do you have potions?
That is more of Tedrin's alley, not ours. Fire Genasi, the fella. Very easy to spot. He is the only Fire Genasi in this damn city. If you find him, you will spot him from far away because he's the only person with a source of fire on his head.
Makes sense. I've never really tried my hand at a bow. I used to be good as a kid, but I haven't used one since then. So you got anything cool?
Standard issue. With Shadow Bane arrows, if you wish to get them.
I got some money to spend. You got anything a bit more destructive than standard issue?
Depends on what your quarry is. Most people's quarry is the Shadowfell, thus Shadowbane arrows are very popular choice.
What if fuck it. What if I wanted to kill a large group of people at once? A general to whom it may concern kind of scenario. You got anything fun?
Hire a wizard.
Hire a wizard?
Yes.
To make me a bow? Or?
He kind of looks at you with a like squint look of. Just hire a wizard if you wish to blow stuff up. They're good at it.
Oh, right. So what I'm hearing is you don't have anything fun. Got useful stuff but no fun stuff.
People are here. People are here not to have fun. If you have
Why not? You sell a bunch of fun things like weapons and armor. Well, armor's not very fun. You can't move around in it, but you know what I mean. Yeah, it must be a culture thing. Never mind.
Okay. So, Hodar, do you have decided anything?
Great elemental offensive magics is what I've gotten. So like mainly like at least has one amazing fire, ice, or fire, cold, and lightning damage specifically.
And
What are you even talking about? Wait a minute. Great
staff. My staff.
Great elemental offensive.
you want the staff?
Offensive spells.
Oh, offensive spells. Also, I love the fact that you're like, it's been 2 weeks since you said I want to buy something very particular, and now you are questioning what the fuck you want even.
Because I forgot to write it down.
Oh my fucking god. Anyway, yeah, there are a handful of staves that can provide immense elemental damage in the form of spells, because nobody uses a staff to, well, bong people's heads open.
Yeah.
I mean, we do. What kind of staves do we have? He kind of looks back. And then the dwarf just kind of waves his hand a bit. Doesn't even say anything as he, like, knees deep below the counter. And then Tej just kind of looks at you. We have a handful of staves. Any preferable elemental, source? Because people
Well,
like
I'm looking for.
people
Oh,
like
sorry.
people like Radiant a lot here because, you know, when you're fighting the Shadowfell and its abyssal manifestations, Radiant is a very good countermeasure to that.
I'm. I don't. That would be a good idea. Do you have something that has multiple different types of elements within a single staff?
We do, but it's very expensive.
Off the bat, how much?
90,000.
And that would have multiple, not just two.
It was crafted and gifted down by Helton himself. So it's a very powerful artifact. Do you know of the spell Help Beam? The one that manifests a layer of magma and then shoots out for a split second into the random direction?
I can say that I have in my studies.
Imagine tenfolding its potential and applying effects of random elements upon it to the wielders' choosing. That is one of Helton's gifts. And we have the actual staff in our possession. But the question is, do you have the coin for it?
I'm going to look towards Ira Grizz. It's like kind of like that. Do you have anything that you could guys help me with?
You want a loan?
Possibly.
Yes or no?
Yes.
All right.
I can
starts-
cover some of it. I can cover a good portion of it myself.
Do
But
you buy... Ira asks, do you also buy?
Not usually, no. Depends on what you have.
She brings her wand of powered pain.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Could this be exchanged?
Observe. Of course, I'm guessing you're letting it hold the staff, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it picks up the wand, just kind of measures it for a bit. Kind of the other one just kind of snatches from Ted's hands, and then kind of puts back towards Ted in the hand, and then kind of looks at Jara. I would say 11,000 gold pieces. We can make this offer.
Yeah, she looks at Hodarth.
and it's just the one spell, right? of the magma shooting, is what it is.
Is it random elements also?
Random elements.
The staff is very perplexed, but let's just say it is the main focus points. Helton was a master in the forms of druidism and quite adept in arcane. The staff is relatively interesting. We have not tried it, but we see its potentials. It is a lot more complex than just a single beam.
I'm debating. I take out my lance of continuous hellfire, and also place this as and how much would you price this one as?
Kinda takes it, looks at it. Gives it to the other dwarf. The other dwarf just kind of grabs it, just kind of gives it back. About 8,500 pieces.
Mind you, this killed a god not too long ago.
Good for you. He kind of looks at you, not blinking.
Yeah. Griselda, remember that you have the Trugmar and Obliterator also. If you don't want to have that, keep that. Or the Necromancer blade.
Oh,
Grizz?
Yeah, you are using the Obliterator right now, so but the other blade, maybe.
hold on. Which blade am I using?
The Necromancer.
Sorry, I'm going through the notes.
Yeah, the Necromantic damage blade that we found in the mine.
The one with stacking
yeah.
damage. The one with the stacking damage. Let's go.
Yeah.
Stacking damage? I can't I don't have the stats for it.
Wait.
Oh, wait. I asked for the stats. Where were they, Ira?
I mean, I didn't pick that one up.
It was identified before I put it in my bag, Ira. Where are
Yeah.
the stats? Hmm?
Might be Quirk who has the stat.
Oh my god. You can't be shit. Wait, actually.
I know it did necrotic damage and it's stacked.
Yeah, essentially it stacked the necrotic damage with each consecutive hit.
Yeah.
But so yeah, what else? Come on.
It sounds pretty cool. Sounds like it's something I would use, maybe.
You haven't.
I haven't. No, I just couldn't figure out what it could do.
Yeah, it is worse than the other blade. Your divine blade is much better actually, but
Oh, nice. Got that. I've got a cool shield.
Are you gonna give your current baby boy the deflector, the good old or
human-faced shield also. I believe.
I don't know, Griselda, which one? Come on.
No, or
Yeah.
am I mixing it up with another character from another campaign?
No.
Oh,
Is there? No, never mind. Yeah, I got this cool shield. I bought it from a dickhead of a blacksmith, but if it'll help, I don't mind giving it up.
Okay, he kind of looks at it as you take it off, and kind of gives the dwarf 16,500 gold pieces.
Excellent. So we all good with this? This will definitely help us.
Damn straight. Well, yeah, but you gotta. If I'm short on buying potions or whatever from the firehead dude, you gotta help me out.
Well, definitely will. Don't worry.
Nice.
Altogether, there is 36,000, I believe. Those 3 items.
No, we got it. Give me just a second. And it's like, how about all this stuff? So that's 36. and then I pay enough, and we get us to 85,000.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Don't forget guidance. You have guidance.
Oh, that's the wrong one.
Yeah.
D3. Okay, where's the D4? Come on.
Hello, dice roller.
It never had rolled.
It
Try
hasn't
again.
rolled.
Try again.
I think I broke the dice roller.
Do the other one. Do the other one.
Yeah. R.
Oh my god, you
What
fucking...
the fuck?
Oh god. The fuck?
Did you crash it with a D3?
Oh my god.
I
did you-
crashed the system with the D3, guys.
Oh my god, you
Look what
did it.
you've done.
You fucking did it. Oh my god, there's...
Hey, there we go.
And that worked.
Okay, that was a D4. Let's go. Okay.
Never roll a D3 again.
I just imagine as you're having this whole conversation, Coco is just fucking being quiet in Griselda's embrace.
That is good.
Okay, he kind of nods, says,
Oh,
There they are.
yeah, he kind of nods and says, yeah, we can do that. We can do that.
Excellent. Gonna pay the rest, and there you go.
Okay, so it takes a few minutes as you exchange the gold, and you are provided with a very interesting thing. You are provided with a staff that seems to be made of some sort of obsidian wood that feels cold as metal, has the texture of a stone, but it has like almost like a flower head at the very edge, at the very front of the staff, as it seems to be shut and closed fully, with the roots kind of twisting upon themselves and sealing themselves.
Wonderful. Thank you so very much. I will be sure to put this to very good use.
also, Arax, question. The necklace of charm protection. What does that do mechanically as well? Because I
It does.
imagine we would ask.
It does. It does give you advantage to charm-based spells. So essentially, saving throws, advantage on saving throws, and that's it.
Yeah, I would imagine so. And I will ask, could we have one more of those necklaces of charm protection as well?
Of course, 6,000 gold pieces.
And she hands over 6,000.
You have now 3 out of 3 necklaces. Let's go.
And 9. I have 3,000 left.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything else? As you look back, you see that there's 4 individuals behind you, patiently waiting.
Yeah, I think
I-
we've. I've got nothing else I want here.
I'm fine.
And I'm satisfied as well.
Okay. So, you exit out, and the air becomes a lot more colder for a bit, and yeah, the same familiar vicinity. Everything is.
Ira.
Yeah?
Do you mind identifying this?
I'm afraid I don't have that spell.
Oh. Does it require attunement?
I wouldn't know.
I was asking the DM.
And I was answering. Asking.
Wait, no, you don't know what this staff does.
I'm going to attempt to just attune to it then.
Okay.
Attunement takes a long time. Keep that in mind.
We can do it as we walk. I've done what I wanted to do.
Yeah. So attunement will come. Giggity.
It takes an hour.
Yeah. It takes you like a handful more minutes because you know who to look for.
Adrian.
Yeah. The only fiery ASMR in the local vicinity of the city, and only takes you like 3 minutes, and you just start to see like a fire in the forest, like a single plume of fire, and you're like, that's the guy. As you see, he has this like almost like a building, like a not a massive building, like a 2-story building, but he has like almost like this, what's it called, a porch, if you will, that is kind of made into shopping stall. And you see the fire genasi, male, maybe in his 60s, 70s, looks relatively old, but also looks very straightened up and youthful in the way he acts and strides, as he has this very stern look upon everyone he interacts, and he essentially sold a handful of healing potions and a few blue liquids to a halfling, and he kind of nods to the halfling as the halfling leaves, and it kind of looks at you as you kind of approach the closest of other people. He says nothing, but just kind of observes you as you approach.
On the way, I handed out the necklaces to Hogarth, to Zelda. And
Okay, so question. Grizzy, you're still holding Kukul?
Yes.
yeah,
Kukul just kind of looks at you, Grizzy, and says, you know, the city is safe, so you could just let me go.
You think I'm carrying you because I think you're unsafe outside of my hands?
I don't know what to think. Can I?
Griselda let him down.
Would you like to walk, or do you prefer to be carried?
I would like to walk. Thank you very much.
That's unfortunate. She puts him down.
Yeah. And Ira hands the last of the 3 necklaces to him.
The last necklace to him. Wait. How much it cost? No, I can't.
You're going to be standing. Actually, never mind. It is a gift. And
He kind of looks at you, Ira. Then looks at the necklace, then looks at you. Freezes for a moment. Starts to blush. And then kind of slowly reaches his hand and just kind of takes it. Thanks? Thank you. And then he kind of just immediately gets it on, kind of almost breaks his horn slightly, but composes himself and kind of has it now dangling from his neck. And yeah, the fire genasi.
Did I ask propose? someone.
What?
Did I just propose out of character?
I don't. I'm not telling.
Okay.
um. So. Yeah. So the fire genasi observes you, and are you just gonna stare blankly at him, or?
Griselda, do you want to say something?
Oh shit! Sorry, I've been muted this whole time.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
I was like, why are these guys interrupting me? You're very nice, but I'm not even from here. I just want to buy something. Is that alright?
He kind of looks at you. I assume you're mercenaries that need potions, flasks.
Oh yeah, that's what we want.
Yes.
But
if you got the coin, I'm willing to trade.
Well, it's called a purchase if you have coin. Trade is if you know what? It doesn't matter. Yes, we are willing to pay for potions.
Good. So what would you wish? Healing, resistance to specific elements, haste potions, slow potions. Potions are good, against evil, the lawful, the corrupt.
Actually, let's go through.
Oh my
I've
god.
got 2 potions of speed. I've got 2 potions of fire immunity.
God damn it, you're like, yes, we want to do this for a long time. And it's like, oh, let me check.
I've got a potion of growth. I could use another potion of growth.
Okay. 250 gold pieces for 1 potion of growth.
250. I gotcha. You got anything more powerful than this potion of growth? I know there's stronger stuff, but for the life of me, no one's been selling it.
He kind of observes you. And he kind of gives like a hand motion towards you with 2 fingers to come closer towards the stall.
Yeah, they come closer.
Yeah. And then he extends his 2 fingers and just tells you and says to you in very calm voice, flex.
Don't need to tell me twice.
As you flex, he kind of runs down his 2 fingers through your muscles and occasionally poking specific segments through your arms and shoulders, and then kind of eyes your sides. A reasonable candidate. I can provide you a special brew if you wish.
Special brew?
I call it the potion of Titanic growth.
Ooh, I like that sound. Titanic growth, you say?
Aye.
Sounds awesome.
But do be warned, this is a highly experimental brew. It has immense potential of power, but the drawbacks might be severe as well.
Oh, that's fine. I've got a perfect idea when I'm going to use it.
Understood. In that regard, then I would require 2,100 gold pieces up front.
2,100.
He kind of gives a slight nod.
All right, I have the coin, and you have the wares.
Of course.
She gets 2,000 gold. 2,100. Did you say?
Yes.
I need minus that from that. 2,100. Woohoo! Potion of Titanic growth. She sort of looks at it, swells it in her hand.
What you basically see is a similar potion of growth, but the vial's maybe twice the size, and you see this like viscous greenish swirl with what seems to be almost like a dark matter in the middle of it, consistently flowing with the rest of the fluid.
How experimental is this? Is this like first time field testing?
No.
Or...
A handful of adventurers tried this before. It might lead to quite immense exhaustion afterwards, or it might lead to severe trauma, depending on the damage sustained or in your surrounding area. Note of advice: this potion may last up to 10 minutes. May last up to 10 minutes. So be mindful of what you're carrying. Because I'm not...
Gotcha.
He kind of gives a nod.
Awesome. Also, she leans in close. You got a... I've been trying to find on the material plane a certain potion. You got any potions of longevity, perhaps?
Longevity of stamina, endurance...
Oh no, these are. I'm getting a bit old, and I want to turn back the clock a little.
Prolonged life.
Yeah.
I can acquire... I have 2 vials of a liquid that can... he kind of like... kind of shrugs a bit and kind of eyes you a bit. I do not know if you wish to use it now, because you're relatively young in my eyes.
Okay, I'm in my 40s, sir, but thank you for the vote of confidence.
True, but nevertheless, I do have 2 vials of this sustenance, if you will. It is a very expensive and very sought after compound. 14,800 gold pieces each.
Ooh, I can only afford the one. Unless someone wants to spot me.
I have 3,000 I can give you.
I've got 18,000 on me at the moment. Well, actually, hold on. 18,500.
Do you also sell ingredients? I will ask.
Unless it's common ingredients for common things, I can. But if it's for more specialized and more rare ingredients, I keep them for myself, because this place is in high demand and require to maintain my stock at all times.
I'm interested in scales of a basilisk and bones of a dinosaur. But don't know it.
Relatively common goods can be acquired almost immediately. How much of scales? As he kind of almost immediately goes, like, almost backs a few steps, looks behind a corner, going inside of his place, and kind of snatches a few examples. And it's like relatively medium-sized bone, and a scale that just like neatly fits in his palm. Relatively inexpensive, 100 gold pieces for a scale and 250 for a single bone.
Yeah. Erax, yes, because I'm doing this, I need to tell you. these are the ingredients that you have said is the ingredients of the longevity potion.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yes, so I don't
Yeah, these are common goods considered.
pull one over your head.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah, she doesn't. Yeah, she doesn't really know. So she will go for like an equal mix of scales, like maybe one. Let's see, like 1,000 gold worth of scales and 1,000 golds worth of bones.
Okay. Yeah. So a good minute or so passes. The bones and the scales are neatly placed in this pouch that he procures. It's like a very nice like a leather pouch, and it kind of provides you as you give him the gold. Anything else?
Is anyone spotting me for the other potion, or am I just getting the one?
I think we have much we can give actually.
How much do you need?
Is 10,000.
How much do you have left, Ira?
I mean, I have 1,000.
Hmm.
Do you have enough? Don't worry about it.
I knew we didn't have enough. Therefore, I bought the ingredients for the potion instead.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you were just curious. Sorry.
No. She doesn't have all the potion ingredients.
In that case, I'll just buy the one then.
Yeah.
14,000.
800. Yeah.
14,800. Gotcha.
Yeah. And as he gives you almost like a very tiny vial. Like we're talking, it's like a see-through liquid, and it's like a tiny vial that is like smaller than your pinky, and it seems to hold like a few drops of this liquid. And as he hands it to you, and he just says, "Be cautious. You can only drink it once, and then you need to wait several years before you can take it again. But no matter how many times you will ingest the potion, its effects slowly but surely will dwindle, and eventually you will have to come to terms with your mortality."
Oh, you don't got to worry about that.
He kind of nods. Anything else? As he kind of looks around.
Yeah, I'm done here. I got me a potion of growth. I got me my stuff. I'm good.
I got me stuff.
Actually, she's gonna drink it there and then. To be fair, she's just gonna.
Do we have any? Does it sell any potion against poison or disease?
Poisons against disease and poison, they're very common goods. A single vial to cure any very normal, not diseases and woes. 102 gold pieces per vial. Also, Grizzly, roll me a con save. Would you kindly roll me a con save?
2. 20 plus. Let's see what my con save is.
I would buy two anti-disease potions. That's because to be safe.
Oh, yes. Well, plus 14. 28.
Okay. So, I just imagine you got it, just swing it like just
Damn straight.
Yeah. So, as you take it, all of a sudden there's this incredible sickly sensation that travels through your tongue into your chest and manifests in your heart. You go on your knees immediately as you have this flight and fight sensation, but fear overtakes you for a second. Your heart starts to beat incredibly fast. You start to sweat for every single one of your pores, and your vision is wobbly, and you're losing sight of color. For everybody else, Griselda immediately, as soon as she takes the swing, and before she looks back at what she took, she's on her knees, and now she's violently shaking. I would like you to roll me a 12d100, Griselda.
12d100?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So, in a matter of 10 or so, seconds, Griselda becomes slightly short and quite a bit more skinny, but maintaining most of her mass. You would say she lost maybe like 20, 30 pounds just all of a sudden, or 10 kilos or so. Almost immediately. You see on her back several of her scars are now missing. Randomly just regenerated through the turn back of age. And Griselda, your hair is now twice as long as before. You feel normal after those 10 seconds have passed, even though you feel you just went through hell, as every single part of your body is just drenched in sweat. Like every fucking thing, even your eyes are just sweaty. And the first thing you feel a sensation is some of your teeth feel stronger, healthier. And also you look at your arms and you see some of the minor scars, just not just are gone, but also including the scar on your nose, on your face.
She sort of looks at her hands and her arms and sort of shakes them as like sweat comes off of them.
Oh, okay. Okay, to put in perspective how much sweat, it's like a fully submerged towel just fucking you whack it with it, someone, or in the air, just a bunch of water just.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
She's just sort of like
20
flicks
pounds
her
of
arms.
sweat.
Yeah. Sort of flicks her arms off and then she notices the hair and she's what the fuck? That wasn't normal.
The fire genasi just kind of looks at you, not completely not phased by what just happened in front. Even though you can see Kukul is fucking terrified what the fuck is happened to you, but says nothing. Some people are looking in the distance, but they don't seem to be. They're ready if something's bad's happening, but they're not like running to your aid. And the fire genasi just looks at you, Griselda, as you're kind of looking around. The potion reverts aging, yes, but it also has minor side effects. Most of them are pleasant.
It's supposed to make me biologically younger, not make me time younger. Fucking hell, what kind of potions are those?
You are technically younger.
No, that wasn't what I was. You know what? Never mind. It did the thing. It was just weird the way it did the thing.
How are you feeling, Griselda?
I feel... Well, my back pains are gone. At the very least. How do I look?
To put yourself in the perspective, besides the extreme. Oh.
Did you ask to talk to me? In character?
Yeah, that was in. Sorry, yeah, that was in character.
Yeah.
You look like you're about to die.
How would you know what that looks like?
Yes, I'll head away.
Jeez, I look younger. The first thing people say is, "Oh, you're about to die." Fucking.
Well, I can help you with that. And then she press the digitation. Wait, you had. Have your own staff. Your own wand of prestidigitation, actually.
Hmm? Oh yeah, I do have a wand of presto.
Do you want to try it?
Sure. She takes it out. Clean me, and just sort of like taps herself.
Yeah, you see, they just like a row of sweat just vanishes. It's like one of those fucking infomercials where it's like the slideshow, just like messy.
Yeah.
Gee.
Holy shit, magic's quite fucking cool, man. I like this. Is that what it does? Does it do anything else?
It has a bunch of other effects as well that I can teach you if you want.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But do I now how do I look? Sort of like poses a little bit.
You look much healthier now than before. Especially with your scars.
Yeah, wait. Sort of puts her hand on her face, sort of feeling for the one on her face, and she can't feel it. Oh. It's quite the beautifying potion as well, it seems.
Most certainly. And she
I
smiles.
like this. Well, thank you very much. I don't think I've got the coin for anything else. But
I can take a few and she turns a few lesser healing potions. Minor healing potions.
yeah, you got any I got some coin left. You got any good healing potions?
Yes, all kinds. We do not sell weak stuff over here, for this is not the place for the weak. Which
For 500 gold, the strongest healing potion you can have.
okay. Almost immediately just gives you this almost like the size of an apple vial of this crimson liquid with a simple cork on top of it. And then okay.
3,000 gold. Slaps down the counter. Stronger.
Okay, he kind of looks at that thing, then just kind of looks around a bit, and then he brings out under the counter what seems to be a shard of ruby, and just gives you, puts it on the counter.
She snatches it up. Much obliged. What does it do? Do I eat it? Is it like a pill?
You eat it.
Does it dissolve in my mouth? Do I have to actually swallow it?
Just think it as a piece of meat.
Is it gooey? Sort of like squidges it between her fingers.
It has this texture of like very dried up meat. Yeah.
How much do these two heal?
Give me a second. Oh boy. This is a potion of superior healing, so 8d4 plus 8.
The last one, the shard, 84.
Yeah, 84 plus 8. That's the one. Grizzy, you don't know.
Yep, I don't know.
How much does it heal? Because you have no reference. Anyway,
Yeah.
Anything else?
Nope, I'm flat broke.
Can we ask him where we can find someone to identify items for us? Or if he has that ability as well.
I identify items because of for a cause, but seeing as you already purchased quite a lot of items from me myself, I can definitely do you a free one. What is it you wish?
We have 2 items. That's difficult.
Fine. What is it?
Discharge, first of all.
Wait, which one? What?
The last item that we bought.
Oh,
What
the
does it do?
shark. Okay. And then all of a sudden he kind of steps aside, and he kind of looks into his house, and then he kind of looks at it for a bit. Looks at you, and he looks back at the house and yells out, "Clara!" And then all of a sudden you hear tapping of feet from the second floor going to the first, and you see a fire genasi, a female one, about 4.5, almost slightly towards 5 feet, very young, very innocent looking, as he takes the shard, kind of gives it to her, and kind of gives a nod to the girl and says, "Identify it for them, please." And she kind of takes a nod, and then after a few seconds looks at all of you and puts the shard back on the counter. Says, "It's a very powerful shard, a shard of health, if you will. It reinvigorates the body from exhaustion and grants it health."
All right, cool. What else? I'd say that looking over at Ira.
I stairs because that is a good effect. Removing exhaustion, that is rare. That's good. Ira seems impressed.
Cool. Do you have anything else?
Yeah. Didn't ask him what it is.
Hmm?
Yeah. I know. Mechanically, how much does it heal, and how many levels of exhaustion?
D2 levels of exhaustion and a quarter of max HP.
I am happy with that.
Yes.
And
Hold on a second. No.
yeah, that's good. And Ira turns to what's it called? Head it.
What's the other item you're gonna give?
Holder of staff.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Are you gonna? Oh my God.
Prepare for 3 pages of information.
You hand over the staff to Clara as she takes it, and then of course looking almost like a nod of acknowledgement from the older one. She proceeds with the spell, and then her eyes glint with anticipation as she almost jumps from the chair that she was sitting and just kind of looks at the shopkeep with great enthusiasm and says, "Papa, this is Helton's staff. Helton, like the one in the stories." You see the shopkeep freeze for a moment and then looks at you, Odar.
I tilt my head with the big grin. It's like,
why would you carry this, not knowing what it is?
well, I gave them I gave the shop owners what I was looking for, and they have provided me. So now I'm just getting the minor details.
Minor details. Doesn't seem minor.
You're carrying a mythical artifact, and you want minor details.
Well, I mean, a full synopsis just so I can compare notes.
He kind of looks at
He's,
you. He looks at
he's
you.
a nerd.
Hold Art. He looks at you like a fucking idiot.
This man's carrying around a nuclear warhead and he wants to take notes.
Yeah, and it gives a stab to a child
wants to know-
to identify.
He wants to know if it's waterproof. If the nuke is waterproof.
I want the notes.
It even works underwater.
It even works underwater.
Not unlike life raincoat.
Oh.
Anyway,
Uh-huh. I'll give you the fucking spreadsheet of what the fuck it does.
okay,
Oh my god, this is amazing.
I get a spreadsheet, guys.
You get a you oh my
With a dictionary.
Oh, that'll be quite the fun read.
uh-huh.
Well, if our business is concluded here,
So what are you gonna do
Yeah.
now?
thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much. We will definitely recommend this place next time we are here or have anybody looking for something. Thank you.
They kind of nod. So what now?
Right now, it's just minor shopping left. Nothing important. Basically, I want to buy like 20 rations of food
Uh-huh.
and like maybe some more rope because we lost 3.
Okay.
Maybe some simple tools like tailoring tools.
Tailoring tools.
Yeah, to fix like armor and clothes like that. Simple stuff. Stuff that 3 carried before.
Uh-huh. So, write down just 210 gold pieces, whoever you wish, for the high quality rations and the like.
210. Okay.
Yes. So, hours pass by. What is everybody doing?
I'm done. I got my new body.
I've gotten what I wanted.
Okay.
Got my
So,
potion of Titanic growth.
So where are you gonna reside for I guess the evening? Because the sun is still up. It's not seem to set anytime soon.
We can set up camp outside of I forgot his name.
Cool.
Cuckoo's house.
Yeah.
We can have it set up our tents outside of that.
Camp outside his house like a bunch of homeless people.
Or build a druid grove with Hordaf's power to make it more fitting.
I mean, he would invite you full hearted to join inside. It's a bit. It's a bit. I mean, it's relatively like it would bet with like bedrolls. It's simple, and easy.
Okay, then we'll do that if there's room.
Yeah. So yeah. Is there anything you wish to do before taking a long rest? Because the sun is not setting. And before you ask, like, how does he sleep with just the light glaring? He shows, like, there's this, like, what seems to be like a large case, a wooden case of sorts, like a tarp of sorts that he kind of just puts over the top, and it just kind of covers it, and it's just dark.
I would like to talk to Ira.
Okay.
Yeah.
She gets her stuff ready, and she goes over to where Ira is. What's Ira doing at the moment?
Like currently, maybe like some basic sewing with the tools that you bought. Like just working on like the technique that she hadn't used for a long time.
Rosetta's gonna stare for a bit and go over and sit down next to her. Hi, Ira.
Yeah, hello. Did you want to ask something? Or do you like watching?
I just want to ask a favor.
Go ahead.
Oh shit, what was his name? What's the name of the dude? No.
Ian.
Fucking dude that wants to kill me. Awful motherfucker.
Oh, wait, you're talking about... Oh, Zirka?
That was it. I was like, Sagan,
Zirka.
Suron. So, after all this business, with the thing that's going to go on with Zircon,
Yes.
can I ask a favor?
Of course you can. So, what do you want?
Don't interfere.
She puts down her needle. If something happens, I will bring it back.
I am sure nothing will happen outside of what I'm expecting.
I still think you're underestimating him.
No, that's why I'm asking you not to.
She looks a bit conflicted. Yes, I promise.
So it looks at you for a bit. Don't worry about it. This is what I want.
And by the way, I have this for you. And she hands you the longevity potion ingredients. These are ingredients for the potion. I know we didn't have enough coin for a second one. But if you bring this to a skilled alchemist and 4,000 gold, they could make you a second one.
Alright. Hey, Raxus, how young do I feel? If I could guess my age.
Looking at just the surroundings to get a reflection, just feeling, you feel like late teens, and a bit maybe older, like 17 through 19, somewhere in that.
Holy shit.
Just a lot more buffer. A lot more
Holy
strong.
shit. I got reverted to the fucking years of prime.
Good opportunity, like good timing.
She sort of looks at the stuff and goes, I appreciate it, but I think I'm gonna need it.
Yeah, you can still take them. Keep them until you want them.
Yeah. Keep them until I want them.
And then she starts singing again. So, and you can see she struggles a bit, just a bit unused to it.
What are you trying to do there?
Well, currently, not much. It's trying to relearn the techniques that I've forgotten. Did you sew a lot as a child?
just kind of tied more rags on, cover up the holes.
Yeah. My father was quite strict with me learning many different skills when I was young.
Mm.
Doing basic painting. I even learned pottery. I haven't had much use for them for a while.
It's fair. You'll find something for them. We usually do.
So, do you have any plans after all this is over and after Circon? The Circon ordeal.
I'll be honest. Any plan I have goes as far as Zircon and no further. Why?
I've been thinking about the future a lot lately. Myself, I'd probably open a clinic somewhere in a quiet town. Maybe build myself a house like this one, if I can.
You're a very nice person.
Yeah, I think it's been exhausting, this adventure.
Yeah. It has been exhausting. Not just like physically, but like learning all these things. But I am looking forward to when it will be over.
Me as well.
I'm so looking forward to it. I know you said before, but I just, never quite actually asked the question. Are we like... How do I put this?
I was waiting patiently.
Wait. I thought there was a question, though.
Oh, sorry, my phone started being funny. Are we like friends or?
I see you as a new family, maybe. Possibly. Well, I
Oh,
lost my previous one.
oh. I'm sorry.
It is fine now. And yeah, just her lamp.
Oh, no, that wasn't... I meant... Never mind. I'm getting tired.
Yeah, let's finish up this. Then and go to bed as well.
All right.
Good night.
So, yeah. Nobody takes any, I guess, watches, right?
Nah.
Yeah.
Okay, Ira. Without a hitch, you come first because you are an elf. Ah, And the first thing you see...
Half elf. I have.
Yeah.
I still need 8 hours of sleep.
8 hours, yeah. But less hours pass because technically you don't need to guard anyone. So yeah, roll me a d20, all of you. I want to check something. I want to check...
20.
Yeah.
We trusted the wrong person and we murdered in our sleep. Oh no.
Well, Ira. Oh no, Griselda. You're the one who wakes up first. It's relatively cozy. It's warm. You see the tarp is slightly open, and you can see the back of Kukul outside at the very top, just looking outwards. Just kind of there. Everybody else is still asleep. You don't know what time it is, because it's always daylight in this place.
So, when you call Zarkon in the city, he comes. But does that extend to anywhere else?
You never tried.
She's going to move away from the group. Shout out, "Hey Zarkon, are you still watching?"
There's no response.
Can't tell if you're being a bitch or not.
No response.
Well, if you are listening, expecting big things from you.
Are you still like in the actual inside of the place, or you or would you?
No, we made camp outside of it, so I moved a distance away.
No, we are inside.
Oh, you're inside? Oh no. Do you?
uh,
Oh, I guess she would have just fucking left.
okay. Kukul would say good morning as he just passed by.
I guess I'm just talking to myself. Never mind.
Yeah. Kukul does not say, like, besides the good morning, I guess. He just kind of observes you from the same place as you walk wherever.
I go back. Morning? Sleep well?
As best I could, yes.
That's good to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you up so early?
I don't know. Going to the Sealy Court, kind of a big deal.
Oh yeah, that.
Mm-hmm. He kind of nods to himself.
I don't do well with higher powers in general.
Same. I get all excited and jitters so everywhere.
I get excited too. Although recently I've just been more and more depressed. Everywhere I go, there's gods everywhere. They just keep multiplying.
I mean, maybe you should just go somewhere where there's no one, and then no gods. But then again, there's some gods who are nowhere. Then it's very confusing. There's always
no. It's okay. I've already got a plan for that. I know a place. I've been told of a place where there's no gods.
Oh.
So that's where I'm going when this is all over.
I guess safe journeys for you when we split. Hey, maybe you can always come to visit. uh, hmm.
It's a one-way trip kind of thing.
Oh well.
It's all right. You'll find plenty more rambunctious orcs somewhere or another.
He looks a bit confused at you as he kind of tilts his head. What do you mean by that? What uh, he, immediately he flusters up and then looks away.
Don't worry about it. Do you want a lift?
What?
Do you want a lift?
No. We I don't know. We need to wait somewhere. I don't know. He's looking away from you.
That sounds like an uneasy yes.
No. Ken, Ira,
Yeah.
you're ever so slightly woken up with a no. Wait.
I'll pick him up and noogie him.
There's a you can feel that his entire face is just quite hot at the moment as you're just he tries to show resistance but he fucking fails. And yeah, he's just essentially defenseless as you can do whatever you see fit. So yeah, but you're all woken up by Kukul's like, no, wait. But yeah, Griselda, you have Kukul in your embrace. He's not resisting.
Hey, it's not that bad. Wait, do I see the others?
No, you don't see the others, but you can hear something slowly moving in Kukul's place. Like
Oh. Either there's someone trying to assassinate us, or my friends have woken up. Do you want to see which is which?
I think it's your friends. Friends. Yes.
I wouldn't be surprised. We were followed here by a stone-winged fucking... I don't know what it was.
Wait.
Best not to harm this one any more than he already is.
I'm not harming him. It's just a noogie. You never had a noogie before?
I'm talking about more the psychological one. We don't need him getting all flustered beforehand.
Okay. To put in perspective, Ken, you see in his Kukul's face is just purple, but not out of suffocation, more like embarrassment.
Yeah. Anna walks up and says, "Do you want to go down? Or do you want to release?"
I don't know anymore. This is so confusing. He looks at Jara and then at Griselda.
Grizz does tend to have that effect on him.
Yeah. Ira places a hand on Kukul and says, "Don't resist," and then cast Dimension Door. Teleport both Ira and Kukul like 4 feet away on the ground.
Okay. He kind of stumbles, maintains his stance, but he stumbles a bit. He just takes a deep breath and he kind of buries his hands into his face. Why are you so weird?
I wouldn't be doing it if you didn't enjoy it. I promise.
I think that's enough playing around. We should probably meet up with Ein.
Yeah, I know.
Agreed.
still carrying him.
Speaking of which, you hear a clap that is, for a split second you hear just a normal clap, but a loud clap that eventually turns into like almost like a thunderous clap simultaneously. And you hear the whole house that you're in just kind of slightly vibrate. And with a booming voice, Ian is calling out, "Hello? I beseech you this fine day, for we must go. I am in average of health, but it must do."
Ah, yes, excellent. We were just waking up, and we are now ready.
All right. Indeed. He kind of just nods as you see he is now in excellent health. His clothing, you see the scar, the wound is now like an actual scar that is slowly healing, and there seems to be a lot more bandages wrapped around. And of course new clothing, and he looks a lot more presentable, and he has this giant bluish war hammer, if you will, that is about 10 feet tall and has a pommel that is quite big and hefty, and it could squish all of you with its fucking pommel so easily. Anyway, you all make preparations to leave. I think we're gonna
Eat something small, small, quick breakfast.
I'm gonna say we're gonna call it here, cause yeah. Oh god, very close indeed. So, look at that. We are 20 minutes ahead. Well, not ahead, but like took 20 additional minutes. So, I got a simple, I guess, not question, or I guess a statement. Is there anything you wish to say before I'm shutting the stream down with no survivors?
Getting go.
And
Getting close. Next time we'll be playing the Phoenix Wright.
Next time we will be playing Phoenix Wright, or we'll be